You've probably seen videos out there of people using tissue paper to make roses, and they're quite simple. You just take a piece of facial tissue paper, you put them in between your fingers, and you wrap it around to sort of create the petals of the rose, and you twist along here, and you continue down, and you twist and twist and twist and twist and twist until you've made what resembles a rose. That's not bad, it's pretty good. But over the course of the years, I would challenge myself to make it a little bit better. And so what you're going to need for this is a bit of facial tissue paper. And the best facial tissue paper that you can use actually is the cheaper kind, those that don't have moisturizers built in. And what I'm doing now is very carefully trying to get in between this two-ply tissue and very carefully peeling it away from each other. That was a good peel. You want to do this carefully because sometimes they use a little bit more adhesive. You don't want to damage that tissue paper. So you've got the two separated tissue papers. What we're going to do is we're going to make some more defined petals. And so here in the middle of this one towards the top, we're going to tear down about 1.25 inches or so and set it aside. On its friend over here, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to offset. We're going to come over here and tear down about that far, and maybe another third of the way over here we're going to tear down a little. And so this piece of paper looks like this. Going back to the first, what you're going to do is you're going to use some moistened fingers, and you're just going to start to roll the edge. There you go, it's a little hard to catch. But you're going to roll the edge of this tissue paper to sort of create this edging to your flower. Just like this. Now this procedure is a bit tricky. One of the more challenging parts is doing this without tearing the paper and still while maintaining a bit of a shape. You see how we've kind of rolled that over. Again, you start at the very edge. Just grab the very edge of the tissue paper and you roll it, and as you come to a corner you sort of have to finesse it. You hold it with your left hand, or non-dominant hand I should say, and you come around and you can see how we negotiate that corner. Coming around, and then when I get to a corner again, hold, gather a little bit more with my thumbs and my index finger and roll it around so you end up with a product that looks a bit like that. Here the same thing. What you want to do is start up and grab just the edge, just like that. Again, very delicate. If you're too hard on this part, you'll actually tear the tissue paper. That's one of the reasons why you want to use some of the drier facial tissue paper out there. If you use the kind that has moisturizers in it, it will tear very easily because it's intended to be soft, so not to chap your nose. Just continue around each one of these sections here. One of the neat concepts of making a tissue rose is that it can be done with many different colors. One of the cool things that you can do is you can show somebody your skill in making tissue roses while you're waiting for someone or something, maybe at a table, and if there's facial tissue around, you can make one of these on the fly. So you continue on and you can see we've defined the petals there. Now you take the one that you had before and you just lay these right on top of each other. You see how they sort of stagger like that. There's the bottom part. Same procedure as we started with. You're going to take your middle and ring finger and just sort of to that second knuckle put them up, and you're going to start wrapping around this whole stack of paper together around the next set of fingers. What we're doing here is we're creating the top of the rose around the top there, like so. And then you're going to gather your fingers down together and you're going to twist. you're twisting the bottom sort of tight. Make sure not to pull too hard on the top, sort of so you can establish that top of the rose there. And we'll get back to the detail in a second. Twist it tightly, twist it tightly. And after you've twisted a couple of times around, what you're going to do is you're going to look for one of these loose ends. Here you have one corner, two corners. We're going to take the first corner here on the outside and we're going to bring it up, and what we're going to do out of this is fashion a leaf. See how the very corner becomes the tip of the leaf, and you're going to twist this around. And then after about one twist or so, you're going to take the other leaf here, the other corner, the remnant corner, and you're going to twist it around. And then you're going to continue on with the rose here and just finish twisting down to the end. And then you can, if you want to define those leaves a little bit more, you can twist them around and sort of really give them a narrow start and a broadening opening. I think a rose with leaves is quite nice. Now about that top, the reason we went through all that effort of defining those individual petals is what we can do is we can just fan these out a little, much like a rose would do in nature. You fan these out, you fan these out. And then what I like to do is take that inside and just take it and you twist it. Sort of represent the bud of a new rose, new flower. And there you have it. There's a twist, if you will, on a defined rose, new rose. Do this for Valentine's Day, or really any day of the year. Nice way to tell someone special that you love them. I hope you enjoy making your rose.